Air signs, welcome to my channel. I go by the name of Fiery Moon, and I'm just here to do a mid-month check-in for you all from now until the end of Cancer season. So this is going to be for the air signs, Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius. Do want to say that, time is fluid, so this energy could be something that you've already went through, could be something that you're currently going through right now, or the energies that may be up ahead for you. I will say don't force fit a reading. Just take what resonates and leave the rest. I have already laid the cards out just to keep the video time down, some, so it's not so long, although I do prefer to pull the cards live. But being that this is just a mid-month check-in, I just wanted to, get some messages out for you guys. I will be using the Chakra Wisdom Oracle deck for the reading, and then I am going to use the Moonology for guidance and advice. I have laid out the cards in the form of a Celtic spread to get as much information as I can as possible. You will hear music in the background. I do have Pandora playing as I am clairaudient, and I do get additional messages from music, so there may be something there for you. Right now, Neo's Do You is playing, so maybe you may want to listen to it as I was laying out the cards, or take a look at the lyrics. And I also just want to say happy birthday to all of the Cancers out there. I'm recording this on July 16th, and it's actually my birthday, so happy birthday to me, and everybody else whose birthday is today if you're a Cancer. You could be a Cancer with air in your chart, or you could be an air sign with Cancer in your chart. We all have all 12 signs within our, chart, or at least the energy. So, but this video is specific for the air signs. So we are going to jump right in. And for the overall energy, we have impatience. So you could truly be being impatient at this time. This can be also in regards to, love, home, family, friends, career. So place it, where it fits for you. But, you could be in the energy of impatience. You could be waiting for something to happen. You could be wanting to do something, and, globally with everything that's going on, you may be in a place where, you have to wait, or, still on pause, which is fine, but that is what we're getting, for the overall energy for you guys. So, let's see. The situation is renewal. So, you could just be, wanting a fresh start, wanting a restart. This could be, as I stated, in regards to a relationship, a job, a relation, family, friends. You could be wanting to, renew something with someone, renew something, in your present situation, or, bring back to life. Something may have, recently ended, and with the impatience card here as the overall energy, you could feel like, time is of the essence. I'm not sure what it is or, where it fits for you, but, take it how it resonates. What's crossing we have is vanity. So this card can mean, a few different things, or, this could be, what's crossing or blocking you. So it could be truly your ego, the way the way something looks. Maybe you are, wanting, or you're with a specific person, or, you're in a specific job, or, you could be looking at someone a specific way. You could be, you could actually, be in the public eye. As you see, everybody is standing around watching one person, so you could, be being, watched at this time. And, I'm not sure exactly what it may be, but, you could just be stuck in something, because of how it looks or how it may look to others, but that is what's crossing your situation. So maybe, this vanity or, ego is what is, keeping you from having this renewal, or stepping into this renewal energy, whether that's with someone else or even within yourself. You could be caught up in, a self-image. But moving on. So what we see is balance. So you could be trying to balance this out, within yourself. I will say a lot of this energy looks like it's internal, so it looks like it's going on within you. It may not have to be, something that's going on in the outside physical world, but this could be something, especially with you air signs, something that's going on in your mental realm, that you're trying to process, and you're trying to, maybe come to a consensus and bring it into balance, whatever the situation may be. But that is, what you see right now. Or, you could see that you need to balance out a situation. What we don't see is impartiality. So you may not be being realistic about the situation that had you being impartial about what to do. You could strictly just be all in your head about it and not, using your feelings. Because as you see, she is holding 2 buckets. Or you could be, having to make a decision and not sure how to balance out your emotions within, whatever situation that you're in. Being that this is also in the what we don't see position, you could be burying your emotions for something, someone, place it how it resonates. Music Soul Child, If You Leave is playing right now with Mary J. Blige. So in the recent past, we have victim. So you could have truly been a victim of something. Or, you could be holding this mentality due to past hurts or, something that has to do with, maybe how you look at yourself, especially with vanity being here. But it could just be an energy that you are in, in the recent past, or something that you need to, leave in the past. You may have a certain perception or persona of yourself or of someone, that cultivated this victim mentality, and you could just be, trying to protect yourself, which is fine. But, it's in the recent past. In the near future, we have perfection. So the only reason why I feel like this is something going on internally is because the perfection card is here in the near future. So you could be, as he is on this impatience card, he is, working, but he could be working too fast to try to rectify a situation that, may require sometimes a little bit more processing, and not just in the mental realm, but also balancing out and bringing your feelings into play. Because you could be trying to just portray perfection, not wanting to, have people look at you in a certain light, but I'll be the first to tell you, like, perfection doesn't exist. And it's, me personally, I wouldn't hold myself to this standard, because it can be, detrimental to you on the soul level, when you're not able to uphold it. If whoever or whatever situation where you feel that you have to portray a perfect image, it's not the situation for you. You should always, strive to be yourself. And only you know what is, what that is for you. But if someone, doesn't like it due to fear of being judged or how people are going to look at you, you end up crushing your own soul when it comes to, portraying this image. Because as you see, there's one girl on the outside, but there's another one on the inside, and it's like, I'm not going to say she's dying to come out, but it's ultimately like you need to integrate the two. And whatever does come out, it is what it is, but don't strive for perfection. The only way to be perfect is to be imperfectly perfect. We all have flaws. We are all unique in our own different way, you know? So I would just suggest, you know, you be careful trying to portray something that's not what it is. Because just looking back over the spread, you know, you're not sure which way to go. Especially with vanity being the blocking card. All right. So what you need to know, we have abundance. So it could truly, you know, mean that, you know, you could be trying to, you know, hold on to something or, you know, balance out something because it is, you know, a solid, you know, situation for you. It may be solid. I mean, there are two different depictions on this card where, you know, this man here, he's not really sure what to do, but this woman here, you know, she's strictly focused on the pinnacle. So it may be a tangible situation for you that may be abundant, but ultimately it's like you're harboring some inner energy in regards to, you know, yourself and not sure how you feel. Although it may be materially satisfying, is it emotionally satisfying? Is it mentally satisfying? You may be able to touch certain stuff, but do you feel it? So what you need to know is like you may need to, you know, weigh your options in regards to, you know, this foundation. It could be definitely money involved in whatever you're in. But moving on, the challenges or obstacle, we have destiny. So with this being in the challenge or obstacle sign, it's like you're trying to, or challenge or obstacle position, you may be trying to like fight fate in a way, which is something that, you know, we can't do. Honestly, a lot of us, you know, come here with the mindset. I mean, we do have free will. I won't say that you can't fight fate, but you will be met with a lot of resistance because there are certain things that we are destined to go through and learn from in order to make us better, you know? So, you know, don't try to fight it. Whatever it is, you may need to go through it to see, you know, what could be on the other side. You may be fearing that, you know, if this is something that you're going to have to, you know, ultimately walk away from or start over by yourself with this renewal card, that it won't be as abundant or it won't be as solid. It's telling you right here, like, it's your destiny for you to go through this because there's something that you need to learn, or maybe the other person needs to learn. If it's a job, that company needs to learn. If it's something within your family, something that, you know, maybe can be healing to the family as a whole, or even bringing the family back together. But don't think that it's not going to be as solid as what you're already in, because in the recent past, you've been harboring this victim energy, whether it's you or someone else. And I mean, I wouldn't want to be trying to hold on to this energy or mentality, but that's me personally, to each is their own. Hopes and fears is discovery. So it's like, again, with destiny being in the challenge or obstacles and discovery being here for the hopes and fears, it's like you're scared to step out on yourself, take a chance on you. And you're being guided to not do that. Like, you need to go through whatever it is that you're going through, because there's always a learning experience. Sometimes we always think the worst, or, you know, we psych ourselves up to think like this is as best as it can get. And, you know, or we get comfortable in certain situations, which, you know, there's no growth in comfort. I say that all the time. If I'm, you know, comfortable, what am I doing? What am I doing different? I'm not doing anything different. So being that discovery is in the hopes and fears, don't be scared of yourself. This is kind of self-sabotaging energy, where you're blocking yourself from what you came here to do. And ultimately, you know, we come here to experience and learn lessons, but we do get attached to this, you know, material realm and material things, you know, striving for perfection, striving for, you know, people to look at us a certain way. which ultimately ends up shattering us on the inside. Because if you're not, if you're not being your true self, then who are you? And for the outcome, we have grief. And so for the outcome to be grief, it's like, if you continue in this energy, you're going to regret it. You know, it's not, I mean, I don't want this energy for anyone. I want you to, you know, balance out what it may, you know, what this may be for you, so that you don't walk into this grief energy. Because what do they say? Grief is just love with nowhere to go. And to hold that in and not release it, it's not good. You know, you could be thinking that, you know, by making this decision, you know, you're not going to be loyal to someone, and not only say that because of the dog, but everything is not meant to last forever. You know, but everyone has their own perception of loyalty. But the first loyalty should always be to yourself. So if you're not happy in something, and it's not making you feel good on a soul level, it's plaguing your mental. And just because it may be, you know, sturdy, it may provide you with some type of financial reward, money isn't everything. And we see this every day, especially, you know, in the age that we're in with celebrities and, you know, social media. Everybody has this thing where, you know, I've been seeing a lot that people are saying lack of money is the root of all evil. No, knowledge of self. Lacking knowledge of self is the root to all evil, because you're trapped in ego. So you're gonna, you know, you're feeding, you know, a perception, a persona, a mentality that isn't really you, and you end up feeling crushed on the inside. And that is not a good feeling. You miss a lot of your opportunities by self-sacrificing yourself. When we come here to experience, learn lessons, so that, you know, we can teach our kids something different. We can be better. Use what, you know, what we've learned and apply it, so that if the situation comes up again, we know how to navigate through it. But with this energy here, air signs, you know, it's saying don't fight fate, and definitely don't be afraid of yourself. Don't sacrifice yourself. If you're going to sacrifice yourself for your happiness, for your stability, for your own peace of mind. You know, but also just don't feel rushed. Don't feel rushed. Because this impatient energy will have you, you know, making a hasty decision when you don't even need to, you know. You may just need to take some more time and bring your feelings into it, because I am getting a lot of mental energy off of this. It seems like, you know, it may truly be plaguing your mind, where you're trying to come up with a plan and the cards are saying, like, number one, stop fighting what you're fighting. You kind of need to move with the energy. Because even on this balance card, you may be trying to bring it into balance, but look, there's 3 people on this card that are closed off and angry. So, you know, let's see. We're going to move into the advice section from the Moonology deck. And before I even pull the cards, we got communication is key. So maybe there is something, and honestly, the moon is in Gemini today as I record this video. It's not a new moon, but that is just where the moon is at today. It just moved into Gemini. So you may need to talk to someone. You may need to communicate with someone. You know, to try to gain a different perspective, get some advice. But talking and communicating is what is, you know, just what shows at the bottom of the deck right now. But we're going to see what other advice. If, you know, if this is meant to come back out, it most certainly will. But we'll go ahead and pull the advice. So what advice or guidance do you have in regards to the air signs of Libra, Gemini, and Aquarius Alicia Keys just came on, and she's actually an air sign. She's an Aquarius. So if you're an Aquarius, this may be for you, you know, specifically, or you may get a message. The song that's on is You Don't Know My Name. What advice or guidance do we have here for the air signs? In regards to this spread, what advice do we have for them? From now until the end of Cancer season. Y'all getting stubborn like the air signs, huh? Or the earth signs, excuse me. What advice or guidance do we have for the air signs in regards to the spread? Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius. Any more? I might just get this one. I'll do one more. So we have a personal issue reaches resolution for the bottom of the deck, new moon in or full moon in Cancer, which I believe we've already had. No, it wasn't in Cancer, it was in Capricorn, which is the 1/7 to Cancer. We did have that full moon. And then we also have the full moon card itself, surrender to the divine. So you're being guided to not fight fate, surrender to whatever you're going through. Surrender to it. So I'll read these off, and then we'll go ahead and end this reading for you all. Well, she said, you'll never get a chance to experience my loving. The divine is like, I'm trying. You may be getting signs, messages, you know, and not knowing what to make of it. I'm telling you, if you surrender, you're going to be taken care of. So, full moon. Pardon my singing, I like to sing. So, surrender to the divine. The very word climax brings all sorts of ideas and images to mind. Agreed? But it really is the feeling of this card. Life is coming to a head, a point, a conclusion, or a turning point. There may be some kind of change and possibly even some sort of emotional explosion. Tune into your emotions now and see what they are telling you. They are very likely close to the surface. No matter when the moon is in the cycle, excuse me. Ooh, this Gemini moon today. No matter when in the moon cycle you've pulled this card, matters will soon conclude and you'll find out whether or not your wishes are going to come true. The odds are in your favor as this is a positive card, but you may need to work harder than usual to keep cool as events unfold. Attuned to the moon, I am getting the answers I need. Additional meanings for this card. A wish you made may be about to come true. It's make or break time. There could be a sense of madness in the air. Breathe deep and stay calm. You may need to forgive someone to release negative energy. It's time to let go of the past and move on. This victim mentality here. The full moon marks the climax of the lunar cycle, making this card something of a powerful card. The full moon is often the time when answers are given to questions asked during the new moon. And pulling this card at any time in the lunar cycle suggests answers will be coming your way before too long. Surrender to the process, air signs. You may truly be, you know, fearing the worst, or, you know, thinking that, you know, what you truly want, or, you know, you're like holding yourself back is not going to get you what you want. Not fully stepping into yourself. So we'll look at the full moon in Cancer. A personal issue reaches resolution. Things are likely to get very heated, as full moon in Cancer is a super emotional sign. So there could be something of an explosion of feelings around now or surrounding your question. It's important to be sensitive to other people when you pull this card. There are some very fine sensibilities around, so tread carefully as you move towards your goals or dreams. This card indicates an especially feminine time. It also heralds the time to deal with any family issues coming up. Nothing to worry about. It signals a challenge is now coming to an end. This card also suggests both that a domestic matter or private issue will soon come to a head, and that it's a great time to move house. The answer to your question lies in being a kind leader. This is time for you to step up and agree to overcome your insecurities. So definitely this perfection and vanity, trying to balance out, yes, confirmation. Attuned to the moon, it may be best to move towards what you want in a sideways manner. So you may have to do something different. Additional meanings for this card: meditate to soothe heightened emotions. Don't be clingy. Stop sulking. Have you had enough family time lately? The heightened emotions of the moon Cancer combination can't be ignored. However, Cancer is one of the moon's 2 home signs, along with Taurus. So astrologically speaking, the moon loves to be in this sign. In fact, she rules Cancer. This means that with this card, there is a sense that all is as it should be, or don't worry, all will soon be well. All right. So air signs, that was your reading. I will say, as the card suggested, surrender to, the process that you're going through. And as I always say, yeah, we can, as air signs, you can be very analytical. You can live in the mental realm. But all, like the saying goes, follow your heart, but take your mind with you. So balance that out. Balance out what you know, what you're thinking, and what you're feeling. And that's what I'll leave you guys with. I thank you all for tuning in. I hope this resonated for someone. And if not, hopefully I'll get you on the next one. All right. But, keep moving through and don't fight fate, because you'll end up missing out on what is meant for you. And we don't want that. We came here to do what we were supposed to do. So again, I thank you all, and I'll catch you all on the next reading. Bye.